It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Good evening, model citizens. Welcome to Humanity Junction. My name is Heath, and this is Sidetrack Sunday. As you guys know, this is usually the stream that goes a little bit off the rails, goes a little bit sideways, and who knows what's really going to happen tonight. On the left side of the screen, you can see we're running a list of all the model railroad live streams and shows. If you have a show or a stream that you'd like to get on the list, please send myself or John at Schuylkill River Valley an email, and we'll get that updated and get you added. As people have noted, we do have a special guest today, and I'm curious if people know who it is. But before we get to that special guest, let's check out who is joining us in the chat. We've got Mr. Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider, is here. Almar is joining us as well. We've got Bang Got You Junction Carl in the house. Vinny, BNF 6951 is here. David Atkins checking in from up in Canada. Dwight Curley in the house. James Galton, also another one of our Canadian neighbors. John 2618 is here. We've got Dakman Productions checking in. We've got Dwight Curley. I can't remember if I said Dwight Curley already or not. I wish that was easier to get to, but we've got Manny checking in with a super sticker. You guys can see the sticker, but what's funny is in the chat, it kind of just describes it, which I think is pretty funny. We've got Ian from Lehigh River Subdivision. Manny Fernandez is here. Hey, Manny. We've got Mr. Jimbo's Trains. We've got Nancy in the Spirit of Colorado. We've got William from New Fenders Railroad. We have Jake from Northern Ohio Railroad Action. We've got Pirates of the Model Trains is here. Ron Bright's checking in from Australia. Roy Eltham checking in from the West Coast. We've got Sarah's Attic of Treasures catching one live tonight. Thanks for coming, Sarah. We've got John from Schuylkill River Valley. We've got Shane's Trains. We've got the biggest hair of the bunch, Mr. Shannon Tapia in the house. We've got Shays and Scale is here as well. sparky107107 joining us in the chat tonight. Steve Childers from Florida. We've got Steve 87th PSAP checking in. We've got the Closet Branch. That's joining us not coming in at the very end of the stream, as he usually does so often. Jason the Train Freak is here. We've got Tom's Trains and Things. We got Mike from Wicked Insanity. We've got Mark from My Life's Tracks. Let's see. Did we miss anybody? Well, if I missed you, I apologize, but thank you, everyone, so much for being here. And why don't we get started and see who that guest is? Does anybody... Fred Wild wants to know, does he read names, or is it just the people talking in the chat? It's the list that I read from is a list of the people that are making comments in the chat. So, you know, that's kind of how it pops up. Mr. Bailey saying that I missed him. Rick, you are very hard to miss, although you are like a tree in the forest, and sometimes the trees do get lost in the forest. Okay, so we got the Closet Branch thinking maybe Jack. Martin's asking if it's Jim Morrison. Let's see, I got a couple people in the basement. Let's start checking in. So John from Schuylkill River Valley, are you the guest tonight?
No, Heath, I am not the guest tonight.
At least as far as you know, you're not the guest tonight.
Yeah, right. I hope
right?
I'm not the guest tonight.
At least I haven't told you you're the guest tonight.
Right.
Let's see. Jason, are you the guest tonight?
The guest, I doubt it. Special, probably.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, but, since you did.
Somebody had to.
Yeah, exactly. Shannon says he's driving, but he's listening. Can't see the oh, that was the wrong one. I hate when it moves right as you're going to click on it. Tom says you can't see the forest through the rick, for the rick.
I could see that.
This may be considered the short bus special as well. So, Jason and John, do you know who our guest is?
No, I don't.
I have no clue.
Well, let's. Why don't we have a little drum roll, and we'll bring up the special guest, and maybe you guys will figure it out along the way.
Well, g'day, model railroaders. 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 Well, g'day, model railroaders.
So did you guys figure out who the guest is yet?
I'm guessing it's Sparky.
I'm starting to think I really need to make up a tagline, though. Like, I say that one thing so often, it's going to get on your nerves or something. So I got to think of something smart to say.
The funny thing is I wanted to put more of them together, but I was having problems downloading all the videos and they wouldn't download. But that was. Do you want to watch that again, Sparky? Is that?
Maybe I'll just watch the replay.
Oh, you can do that. You can do that too. That's true. That's true. Dakman is liking your Conrail shirt. Definitely another Conrail fan. So people already know you. You've done a Meet the Modeler series where Vinny has interviewed you and you've interviewed Vinny. So we've got a lot of that sort of out of the way already. So I'm sure most of the people in the chat know you, but just in case there's one or two people who don't know who you are, do you want to give like the 5 cent or the 2 cent sort of who is Sparky?
Well, we don't have pennies in Canada, so it's got to be a 5 cent thing.
Okay.
Basically, HO scale modeler. Built a shed because I want more trains and more trains and more trains. So I figure someday we're going to move the house out to the shed and I'll just take over the house for my trains. Like I said, HO scale, it's kind of the sign you got behind you, Heath, has that New York locomotive and it says to Chicago. And that's what the line is that basically I model, is the line from New York to Chicago, but it goes through Canada. And it was called the Canada Southern Line. So
nice. So you are in Canada. I don't think you mentioned that part.
Yeah, I think I'm up here anyway.
Yeah.
There's no snow right now, so it's really hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, you know, you don't have to have snow year round to know you're in Canada.
It helps
Just,
though.
just listen for all the people that are saying, hello, model railroaders.
Good day, model
how does-
railroaders.
So Chaska wants to know how you like the new Helix.
I love it. It works so much better. I've got a couple little dips right there at the bottom that I got to try to figure out. It's where I've got the two boards connected, but it kind of does a little hump at it. So I'm thinking I got to get like a 3-inch screw just to kind of pull it down a little bit. But other than that, really no issues until we just about started this live stream, and then I lost a boxcar and a caboose, and that stopped another train. But I got all that fixed, hopefully. So.
Well, welcome to Sidetrack Sunday, where things get a little sidetracked. I do have a list of questions, so I thought I'd ask some of them. My first question is, do you know how many people's first you were? So what I'm talking about is...
no, I think I know what you mean. Like the first person that got someone to do videos, or first channel that they kind of watch. Maybe you're laughing so much, maybe you better explain it.
Well, I was going to go back even further. You were actually my first subscriber on this channel. And so, unfortunately, we were joking around one day and you unsubbed and resubbed just so you could see your name pop up. So you're no longer my first subscriber. But you were the first person that sort of invited me into the YouTube model railroad community, and I'm curious if you have any sense of how many people you were sort of like first or right there near the beginning, because you've been in this community for a while now.
Yeah, I have been told from a couple people that I was their first. The one that really kicks in is I think I was the third person that subscribed to SMT model trains. The first one was his sister, and the second was his dad, and then I was the third, I think he said. There has been quite a few people that have said I was their first. I was usually pretty quick back then there wasn't a lot of channels out. That's going back almost 10 years, I think. So it was pretty easy to find the new channels back then and be the subscriber and give the support and do the comments on people's channels saying, hey, I was here and I watched and it was great. Now it's just there's so many of us, it's just getting so hard even to leave a comment. So
yeah, the tagline, actually, when I was editing it, one of them was from like 6 years ago. So it's been your tagline for a while.
Now, just to give the background on that tagline.
Oh yeah.
I started out the YouTube channel, and it was my first subscriber was actually 2448 Toyman, which is now RWC Toys Trains. Ron, a great friend of mine now in reality and everything else. And well, where was I going with this? I forget.
How you came up with your catchphrase?
Yeah. So he was the one that kind of encouraged me to do more videos. At first, I started doing videos thinking, well, if I do a video, I can come back later and I can see how I made my trees because I might forget. And then it was, well, I can watch some of my trains, and that's my layout in case I change my track pan and I wanted to come back to this one. And then I found out through Toyman that people actually watch this stuff, and it's like, oh my God. So I put out more content, more people following me and everything else, and started with the catchphrase of Good Day Model Railroaders. So make a long story short, I think it was a year, maybe 2 years in, and I met up with Chris from Go Via Go Home, Dave from Dave Co. 88, and a couple of other people at a train show. And we were all walking out to the cars, and we were going to do a video for Chris and a contest that he was having. And they all came out with catchphrases that they had. And I kind of looked at them and went, well, this kind of sucks. I don't have one. And they went, what are you talking about? It's Good Day Model Railroaders. I'm like, what? I say that? And they're like, you say that at the beginning of every video. So I went back and I watched 10 of my videos, and sure as crap, Good Day Model Railroaders was always the first thing I said.
And that made my edit very easy because almost every video I found was...
So we can thank Go Via Go Home for that one, because
that's
probably
awesome.
wouldn't have caught on.
That's awesome. Just so people know as well, if people have heard, Ron actually had heart surgery recently, and he's out of surgery. He's doing really well, getting stronger. Jake from North North Ohio Rail Action, something like that. He's here in the chat. Um, he gave me some information later that Ron's doing better. So just because you mentioned that, I just want to mention to keep him in our thoughts as he's building back up his strength.
Yeah, I said on Vinny's channel that he was at home and doing well, and that's not the case, but I just kind of put it out there that, hey, he's doing well. He will be home. Just to make the conversation a little bit shorter. It wasn't my live stream or anything, but he's still in the hospital, will be for another 4 days yet. But I talked to him already. Don't make him laugh. Apparently, he's got a large incision on the side of his chest. They go in from the side now to do heart surgery.
Oh, interesting.
And
okay.
crack a couple of your ribs and stuff like that. And apparently there's a lot of nerves and stuff down there. So when you make him laugh, he gets very mad at you.
Oh, that's too funny. So why do you like the model railroading community, especially the YouTube community?
It's not just the YouTube community itself. It's the model railroading community. Well, maybe it is the YouTube. Maybe I should rephrase that because I've gone to a couple clubs that really suck. But just we're all here for the same reason, to chat, get information, make friends, which incidentally I didn't think you could do on YouTube. I really didn't. I thought this was a place to post videos and that was it. You didn't actually get to know these people on here, but we have. And it's just awesome. Everybody's here to support one another, and it gets to the point where it's not just about the hobby anymore. It is actual friendships, best friends. Just like you guys with the Sidetrack Sunday, you guys have gotten really close. You've got your own little group afterwards type thing, and it's just, and that's what it's all about, really connecting with other people that you wouldn't connect with to begin with. Remember back in the day, this used to be a closet hobby. You did not talk about, yeah, I run model trains and I've got this great layout and everything, because it was still playing with trains. But look at your chat right now. You've got 61 people that play with trains, and we have fun doing it. We're all here talking to each other, having a good old time, hoping something screws up on this live stream. Hopefully it's not my trains.
Something tells me we'll get really sidetracked when I get to some of the questions that I asked people to post on my community post from yesterday. But so far we're doing okay. But one of the big reasons I wanted to bring you up here is, like you mentioned, you know, you've actually made friendships through this. And I was actually really shocked how often I reach out and talk to people in the YouTube model railroading community that I maybe have never met in person, but we talk on the phone, we chat, we text, and the impression that I get from you is, I mean, just to say, you've been extremely helpful with me and with my channel growth, and we've talked, like, not just giving shout outs and stuff, but like literally like talking about like ideas and things to think about, and you know, like just different things that people don't really know when they get into this world and how to sort of navigate the politics and stuff.
Well, we've talked about your imaginary girlfriend too that nobody's ever actually seen, and well, I've seen her once on the video when you and I were talking and everything, and you were still blowing her up at the time, but
yeah, well, you know. Why do you help out so many new model railroading YouTubers?
yeah, I get emotional when I kind of talk about this kind of thing, but I think it was like 2 years in, I had the flood in my basement. And I really thought, you know what, and that's before I actually really seriously thought, something sounds like it's not working, but we'll figure it out. But I really did think it was just a place where you could talk, sure, but this wasn't a community or anything else. So I had that flood, and I did a video and showed the water and trains and things floating around, and I just said, you know what, guys, it's over. And then Vidian did a video, and it said, listen, we got to help this guy out. And people came to support me, help me. And the thing that really got me, and I'm not even going to mention the financial support I got, I had people show up at my door. And they were like, hey, you need trains. I've got this set of cars. And hey, you need help. And Peter went to the basement. He was lugging dirt and stone and rock out of my basement for a week and a half straight, helping me. That's this community right here. We're not just here on YouTube. If we can get out there and help somebody, we're going to be there. So,
yeah, and I think
something's
one
really
of
bad
so let's go
talk to those guys.
talk to those guys. Well, We've had one more person has shown up down in the basement right on time, Mr. Ray Boble himself.
Hey, Ray.
Hey,
I
what's
up, Ray?
going on?
think we've now got the whole Sidetrack Sunday gang here, either on screen or Rick the Tree is joining us in the chat. Sparky, Tom is suggesting that you look on the floor.
No, actually, it was stuck on a switch,
Yeah, well, that's a little better.
but I got it. So we're down to 2 trains running. All I can hear is the wheel on the locomotives, and it's a double locomotive, and all I heard was boom, 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 boom. So you knew it was sitting in one spot somewhere.
Absolutely. So speaking about the community and helping other people, what I think is interesting is I don't think Sidetrack Sunday would have ever happened without you, which is one of the reasons I wanted to have you up here. And I know I don't know all of the background to it, but I'm kind of glad Ray just popped up because he could probably tell us a little more about it. But Ray was kind of like randomly doing live streams, and they were like hilarious, but people like never knew when they were coming. They would sort of pop up randomly. And I feel like you sort of helped mold Ray into sort of starting that consistent fourth Sunday of the month thing. And basically what I'm saying is I blame you for Sidetrack Sunday. So I wanted to get you up here to answer for your crimes and ask you, why in the world did you start this?
Well, it kind of started with my live stream, and I didn't want to be the only one, so I reached out to Vinny. Wilmer's another one. I don't think he's in here tonight, but he's another one. He did a couple of those Wish videos, and it was, hey guys, look what I got from Wish, and he was doing it like almost every week, a couple times a week. Gonna be like, look what I got on Wish, look what I got on Wish, and this stuff's junk, but it's really cheap, and look what I got on Wish, and this isn't not bad. And finally I sent him an email, and I'm like, dude, why don't you do a weekly show that's called Not Bad? He's like, hey, that's not a bad idea. I got lots of stuff. I'm like, there you go. So Vinny kind of started that way by him and I talking, getting this live stream out. Wilmer started that way. And again, with his Tuesday group, it was kind of the same thing as, well, why don't you get a group of guys together? You can't do it every week, so split it up. And then it was the same thing with Ray, kind of talking to him and a couple of you other guys. And it wasn't something I actually put the bug out there for you guys to get together. It was kind of one of those, why don't you guys find somebody that you can do it together? So if you can't do it one week, somebody else can do it, and so on like that. And you guys came up with this one on your own. I'm sorry. You can't really blame me for this.
I blame Sparky for starting me on live streams, and I blame John for starting the Sidetrack Sunday stuff.
Fred Wild says, careful, Heath. It's going to start being blame Sparky pretty soon the way you're going. So, Vinny is saying, Sparky and I have been friends since his flood. Yeah, and we saw that with Redbird Tony as well. I wasn't around for your flood, but I was around for Redbird Tony's, and it really is pretty incredible how the community comes together, and a community of people that, like you said, you didn't know anybody before we met on YouTube. So it's
well, I want to throw this one out in left field for you, just
Okay.
for everybody. Like Vinny's sitting there saying, Sparky and I have been friends ever since my flood. Now, you got to picture something like this. I call up Vinny and say, listen, I want to take a trip to Arizona. I don't have a place to stay. I don't know where the airport is. I probably can't rent a car. So can you help me out? Sure. Come on down. Tell me what day you're flying in. Okay. He picks me up at the airport. I stay at his place all week, or his girlfriend's place all week. And he toured me around. We did, like, I bought some tickets for an excursion train ride down to, it doesn't matter where it was, but it's just we all got together. But where else can you call up somebody and say, listen, I'm coming to your town. Can you hook me up? I also did it with Barnabas Junction, Jason. I've never been to the UK. Never. And him and I just got talking. It's like, dude, I want to come to the UK and spend some time, 3-4 days watching train layouts and stuff like that. 3-4 days doing the UK stuff. He's like, come on over, I'll hook you up. Literally, he hooked me up. Like, we got the place to stay and stuff like that, but he let me know where it was. But he picked me up at him and his wife picked us up at the airport, drove us around for 3 days, introduced us to everybody, train clubs exclusively into the crew station and the museum there and things like that. Same when I went out to California. I called up TSG Multimedia and I'm like, dude, I'd like to come out and meet you and stuff like that. I was actually his very first live stream. We did that in that tower on my channel, and then he said, I'm going to try it on mine. So the following hour, we actually did it on his channel. But that's the community we're in. I'm pretty sure I can call up any one of you guys and say, listen, I'm going to be in your town for about 3 days. I want to come and visit. And you guys might not be able to drop everything, but hopefully if somebody does this, and I will say it to the community right now, if you're going to do this, at least give 4 or 6 months notice so people can book their holidays and stuff like that and show you a good time. Because that's basically what they did with me, everybody so far. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, Ray, if I called and said, listen, dude, I'm going to come down to your place, hang out for 3 or 4 days, you hook me up. I'm pretty sure you'd either find a hotel for me or the first night be in your place and then you'd find a hotel because I snore so loud. But
speaking of people that drive around the country and meet a lot of people from this community, Containerman68 saying, warning, make sure you're facing Sparky when you meet him for the first time. Is there a backstory to that, or is he just causing trouble?
No, there is a backstory to that one. We were staying at Diana's place. This is the first time I went out to visit with Vinny. So, because I had my family and everything, so we stayed out in the farm on Diana's place. That was his girlfriend back then. I didn't know Roy was going to show up. So it was pitch black out, probably 11 o'clock at night, and they showed up, and I walked outside to have a breath of fresh air, I'll call it, and I see this large bear-like thing standing behind the car, and I'm like, oh my God, should I run inside and tell somebody? And then I saw that it was Roy, so I ran up behind him, and he was still getting his luggage out of the car, and I grabbed him from behind, and I just went, Roy, you're here! And I gave him a huge bear hug, so... it was morning. It was still dark, but
That's awesome. That's a good story. I haven't heard that one before. So you feel you've helped a lot of people, and I know, like me personally, you've helped my channel a lot. Do you ever worry that it hurts your own channel by helping out so many other people? Ray laughing in the background. What are you laughing about, Ray? What's so funny?
Yeah, you know what? Like you said, you talked about community and stuff like that, and I'm not about numbers anymore or anything else. It's about helping people, either getting started, going forward, making things better, making it worse. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, but my channel is my channel. If you ask anybody that's in the model trains about Sparky or Vinny, they all know who we are. Now, are they subscribed to us? Probably not, because we don't have very many compared to a lot of people, but it's kind of a household name when you're talking about trains and stuff like that. So hurting me, I don't know if it's ever hurt me. Helping me, I don't know if it's ever actually helped me either. That's not what I do it for. I do it to help other people. So
yeah, no, and I get that. And that's
sorry, Heath, but helping your channel really didn't help or hinder mine. I know where you were trying to go. Are you dragging me down?
No, that's not where I was going. No, where I was going a little bit is, I think there is a fear for some people that YouTube is what's called a zero-sum game, meaning for somebody to win, somebody else has to lose. And one thing that I love particularly about the YouTube model railroading community is I think that overall, in general, we are very supportive, and we're about bringing the whole group up, not about, that sort of teeter-totter. But look, you know what? Wait, guys, it looks like I did not lock the door.
I couldn't resist. I heard Ray came up, and I thought, oh well, I might as well make an appearance.
Well, Sparky, I hope you're ready.
I was gonna say I feel like a third wheel right now, but
it's more like a
six. So.
Sparky's not even the spare tire anymore. He's like the one getting dragged in the back.
Hey, wait a minute, I resemble that remark.
Well, you did come in the spare tire position, Ray. So
Somebody wake up.
Yeah.
Along the lines, if there's anybody out there that's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, is it too late to start a model railroading channel on YouTube?
Are you asking Rick that? Is it always too late for Rick?
Rick's a lost cause. Rick's a lost cause.
So true. So true.
We just leave. We let Rick come in the bottom corner just because, you know, if we have him to laugh at, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of us. But you know,
If I'm not laughing at myself, then hey, it's all good.
oh, exactly.
For sure. No, it's never too late. Like if you want to start a channel or something, of course we're all going to tell you to go for it. We'll give you the helpful hints. The biggest thing is lighting, and not a bad camera. Most cell phones nowadays have the camera on it.
Yeah.
You'll learn very quickly if you do like the cell phone and you got it upright like this, and you got the two lines on the whole screen. People are going to tell you pretty quick, hey man, turn your phone this way, and it's going to work out a little bit better.
Yep. Vinny got
Not
me
only
on
that, big YouTubers may post another video making fun of your video.
I got to say, and I did that once, and I felt really, really bad about it. And I think this person's actually in the chat. Hopefully I don't hurt his feelings again the second time. But he did a video, and it was really bad. And I actually said how bad it was. And listen, if you can't do it, just basically, it wasn't quit or anything, but it wasn't positive reinforcement to help him out. And he actually came. No, I didn't say that on his video, but I said it on one of my live streams that, hey, like if you can't do it and everything else, just give up. And he actually left a comment on that live stream. It's like, dude, I really look up to you, and I'm surprised you said anything like that on your live stream and everything else. And I thought, you know what? You're right. Why would I do that? I'm not that person. I'm here to, like, we can all get better with positive reinforcement or giving somebody a suggestion to do something. Don't tell them that you suck, because we all suck at some point. We all had to start this hobby at some point. I've only got 2 trains running. I suck. There should be 4. So it's like the other thing I can really bring behind that is, okay, you ask, is it too late to start a channel? No. Always start it. You're going to get some good advice from the community. Hang out in the live streams. People will tell you about it. And just give it a shot and give it a go. And that's really all you can do, right?
Yeah, and because this is my stream, I'm going to promote this a little bit. But as people know, I'm getting an office space, and one of the things that I want to start doing again is I started doing like a Wednesday later at night sort of tech series. And one of the things I want to do is bring up model railroaders that want to improve their YouTube channels and live, you know, on a live stream environment with people asking questions, have a conversation about, you know, what they can do technically or what they can possibly do, you know, planning or whatever wise to improve their videos. So I do think that's, like you say, positive reinforcement's important. And along those lines, what type of model railroad videos do you like, Sparky? Like what's the video besides when Tom's Trains and Things makes fun of landscape videos?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite kind of video to watch. It's I'll tell you, a lot is based on the thumbnail. When I'm scrolling through, if it's 5 minutes long and the thumbnail's great, I'm going to click on it before I even look what the title is. So it could be running your trains, switching your trains, doing your scenery, so on and so forth. But the thumbnail is the biggest thing that I click on. If it looks like it's going to have a little bit of entertainment in it, I'm going to jump on it. The ones that I really don't like are not so much a how-to video, but the long, dragged-out how-to videos. This is how we're going to install a switch with a tortoise switch machine and solder it and wire it. And it's a 3-hour video, and literally they did it all in real time. So I'm going to tell you right now, if it takes me 3 hours to do one switch, I'm probably not going to put a switch in. So
Wait a minute, that's half my railroad. Wait.
What, one switch for 3 hours?
It could take you 3 hours to put your first switch in, but yes, if somebody is teaching you how to do it, you don't need to watch them do it for 3 hours. You can. That is one thing I actually love about YouTube, and for myself, the way I learn is that I can go find a video and watch the video multiple times, or even slow it down. There's some videos I've done where I've sped up the assembly process of something, and the reality is you can watch it at half speed and be watching it in real time if that's
But
you want to do. So
you also have those moments where you can spend 2 hours watching a guy lick decals and put them on train cars. So, I mean, best 2 hours on YouTube.
Amanda says y'all quit making fun of Jason, and she posted that before Rick's comment.
Or watch some guy dressed up as a tree for Christmas.
Actually, it was still Santa Claus on mine, but
Roy Smith is saying you're so right, Sparky. The thumbnail's the first thing people see. You hook them or lose them right there.
yeah.
And
Well,
one thing that
especially
Roy,
now, too. Sorry, but especially now too with YouTube, if you go over to the video and hover over it, it's going to give you 5 seconds of the clip.
Yeah.
So if the thumbnail and the clip don't kind of match, that's another thing that kind of goes, well, hold on here. So.
Yeah, and I was going to say one thing that Roy Smith is in Scale Union Pacific Evanston subdivision, and one thing he does is all of his thumbnails are very consistent.
Yep.
So when you see a thumbnail of his pop up, I don't have to look to see who is that YouTuber. I know from that thumbnail that it's going to be a Roy Smith video, so you know to click on that just from that thumbnail.
I got to say another thing in YouTube that I do kind of find impressive. I don't know if I'm proud of it or anything else, but there's certain sayings or things that I do or call people and it sticks. So with the licking sticks for the train street, I was the first one that said that, and it's just carried on straight through. I don't know if it's on every one of his live streams now or not, but same with John. It's School Kill. I called him John too, and that's catching on. And it's things like that I find very impressive that the YouTube community actually grabs a hold of, and they can go with it because it's fun. It's not degrading.
The Showstopper.
Oh, the Showstopper is another one.
Yeah,
and that was something I actually looked up on YouTube. And if we started mentioning the actual virus or things that are medically, I don't know, you couldn't actually say what it was, or YouTube would actually ban it, cancel your live stream. Tom's had one that was cut off. Just Nate had one that was cut off twice for mentioning this stuff. And I got looking into it, and I thought, you know what, if we call it the Showstopper, because obviously we're not going to Strasbourg this year. And that was a couple of years ago.
Last year.
Yeah, so might as well call it what it's going to be. And I called it the Showstopper. And I don't know how that happened, but I did one live stream that way, and it caught on through wildfire. I think the last one to get on the bandwagon was TSG Multimedia, actually. He started.
Well, he's usually the last one to get on the bandwagon.
Yeah. And he was still calling it what it was and everything else. And finally, I sent him a text, and I'm like, dude, it's called the Showstopper if you want people to understand what it is. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. The whole community knows what the Showstopper is. Call it that. I'll figure it out. You say COVID-19, they're going, what the hell is that? Is that a train?
I think I got run over by that thing.
Do you watch any videos outside of the model railroading community?
I do, actually. Again, if there's something going on around my house that I have to fix or want to improve on or something like that, I'll look it up on YouTube because I will tell you everything's on here. Other things I like to watch is like nature. I'm kind of getting into that. You can go onto live cams now that are watching like nests of bald eagles or osprey, or you can watch a bear channel where they're up doing the fishing because all the the salmon and stuff are running the streams right now, right? All kinds of that kind of stuff I like to watch when I'm working out here or in the house or something. I'll put it on and that channel's just on in the background and kind of watch and see what's going on.
I've seen enough bears. They pass by me all the time.
Leg up or leg down?
Yes. It's funny you mentioned John from TSG Multimedia because he's got a channel TSG2, and he does these 2-minute videos where they're out in nature with the sounds and the sights of his area. And yeah, it's nice that change of pace every once in a while. That's for sure. Are you a model railroader that does YouTube, or a YouTuber that does model railroading?
Oh, the trains definitely came first. For sure, for sure. And like I said, I wasn't really into the YouTube thing, community, anything until I actually had that flood, and then it ballooned from there. So now I like to say I'm a little more 50-50. I still do those live streams on Wednesday nights, the Wednesday live chat, but I feel really bad if I don't have anything to share with you guys. So yeah, I'm still more into the trains and the aspect of that, I guess, than the actual community, because I figure if I don't have anything that I can help you guys out with, I'm not doing a good job. So,
yeah. Lauren Hurwitz earlier asked, "What's your day job?"
I'm an electrician.
So, you mentioned earlier Strasbourg, and we talked about the showstopper canceling it. My understanding is the one 2 years ago now, or whatever, was the first of its kind, and. Well, the first one you did, I guess.
At Steamtown.
At Steamtown.
Yeah.
Was that, yeah. And then you're trying to do another one for next year, and you've already got the dates set up. Why did you plan for that? What made you do? Because that was a lot of work planning that trip out. Like, why did you put that together?
Because I like getting the community together, and everybody needs a holiday and to get out and just enjoy life. I was the type of person. I'm married to my job. I work on high voltage yards, transformers, stuff like that. And I really did think once I became a subforeman that if I wasn't there, the place would fall apart. So I was married to it. I did it 24/7. If there was overtime, I did it and everything else. And it just got to the point where, you know what? Like a friend of mine in Australia introduced me to something called travel. So I took 10 days. I went to Australia. I had a great time. And ever since, I've wanted to travel. And I keep looking at the same thing for everybody else. Now, if I can give somebody a destination where you're not just a tourist. So Steamtown, the Steamtown one that was so big was actually my second one. The first one only had 7 people show up. But I only went on about a month earlier and said, listen, guys, I'm going to Steamtown in Pennsylvania. So if you want to show up, this is the date I'm going to be there. And 7 other people showed up. That was the first time I think I met JP's videos. So the second year, I kind of clued in. I thought, well, I should actually plan this. And not a lot of people went to Steamtown. And why not go there again? I know where it is. So I actually planned it, set it all out, did the dining car experience, tried to set up a lot of extra stuff. And I'll never go to Steamtown again because of this. $50 for each permit. And I tried to take out 9 permits to get us on special trains, into cabs. Things opened up for us. They took my $50 for each permit, and I was actually on the phone with her, texting with the director. She's like, okay, I'm going into the meeting right now. I'll let you know how it goes when it's done. And 20 minutes later, she came back and said, yeah, all your permits were denied. I'm like, it took you 20 minutes to deny that many permits? I'm like, what the hell was with that? So it was, to me, that was all kind of a money grab. They asked me to put permits in to do each certain thing that I wanted to do, and then denied them all. So, but the Steamtown thing, like I said, I planned it. A lot of people could plan around it. We had, like, Roy was another reason why I make it in May, because he's up visiting relatives at that time. And so is John. So I'm going with the flow again. Plus, it's a long weekend here in Canada. So I know your long weekend is actually the week after mine, but suck it up, Buttercup.
So when is the next one?
May 20th to 22nd in 2022.
And that's going to be at Strasbourg.
Right. Now, unofficially, and I'm going to say unofficially because a lot of things depends on if the border opens for myself, plus me getting my second shot, which hopefully I do. But the last week of August, I want to go to Strasbourg. So if I can get there, the last weekend of August, I will be at Strasbourg, all by my lonesome. Now, I've already known a couple people have come on. Joey Buzak was one. He said he's going to be there at the same time. Late night model railroading. There he is. But It's unofficial. I'm not going to put it out there and call it a meet and greet, because if I can't make it, I can't make it. There's nothing I can do. But if other people show up that weekend, hey, awesome. At least somebody gets to meet somebody, and it's going to be a good time. So, plus 611 still there. So,
Roy Smith and Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision says the get-together at Steamtown was the best event ever thanks to Sparky. I love Strasbourg and so looking forward to our get-together there whenever it happens. So, I would like to do a tiny bit of housekeeping, and then I've got some questions that are a little bit off the rail, but I thought they might be fun just to kind of get into those. So the first thing is Modeling Monday, which will be tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. We're going to be talking layout design with Byron Henderson. He's a member of the LD SIG, which is the layout design SIG of the NMRA, and we're going to be talking about making only new mistakes. And in addition to that, I do just want to thank everybody that are members of the channel and the channel. Thank you, everybody. Welcome back. Who's laughing already? So these questions were directed at me, but I thought some of them might be appropriate for everybody to answer. Oh, I just missed it. Joey is saying that Vinny should take the Amtrak to Pennsylvania. Because is Vinny commenting on Vinny's not so sure he likes flying anymore because he's been watching too many flying disaster TV shows. So
right.
That's
well, when I fly, my arms get tired, but you know, it's
Hey, you were the one talking about the spare tire earlier. That's your fault. You got the extra weight to carry around. NS7107, aka Chasco, asked, when will you visit Brooklyn and why or why not? So for me, ironically, I don't get to Brooklyn very often, but Brooklyn is where the Transit Museum is. So I would like to get back out to Brooklyn at some point and go to the Transit Museum because I thought that would make an interesting video. I've also talked with Big Bill about going out to Brooklyn. Big Bill used to work for the MTA, the Mass Transit Authority, and he's got a bunch of connections still. And we've talked about going out there and doing something else. So, anyone else want to take that question about when you'll be in Brooklyn?
I've been You are all closer than I am.
I'm too close.
Yeah, I was just saying, I've been there once. That was enough.
I don't think I've ever been to Brooklyn, but I'll probably be in JFK soon. It's probably as close as I'll get.
Yeah, Andy has stepped saying he thinks the Brooklyn Transit Museum is still closed, and I do believe that's correct as well. But Lackawanna Rail fans, speaking about visiting places, says, will I ever come visit Steamtown and the Delaware-Lackawanna Railroad? The Delaware-Lackawanna is a short line we have here and has a fleet of over 30 operating Alcos. Ironically, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I don't believe I've ever been to Steamtown or Strasbourg or any of those places. And
same here.
Yeah, we grew up with I grew up with trains for the most part, so it's interesting that I've never been to any of them. So I definitely want to get to Steamtown first, at least. getting to some of the short lines, I think, are sort of more second and third on the list. But yeah, I definitely want to travel to some. Thomas from Split Rock 323. Thank you for the help on the live streams, Heath. This community is amazing. Thanks so much, Thomas. If you didn't see it, Thomas did a live stream where he built a HO scale turnout live, which was really pretty cool, actually.
Okay, that's not the one I was talking about. I was just going for an example.
No comment. So Sparky and I were talking about this one before. So Sparky and I already have answers. So I think I'll let everybody else answer that one. Yeah, you know, Bronx for a Yankees game? I don't think I've been to Yankees Stadium since 9/11. I did an event after 9/11 in the stadium, but I don't think I've seen a game since then. So maybe I should do that at some point. But okay, Digger Evans wants to know who would win a fight between an octopus and a shark.
I'm gonna go octopus.
Yeah, octopus.
Yeah, I think octopus.
I'm going to go ahead and go against the grain and go shark.
We all knew that, right?
So Sparky and I actually watched a video from National Geographic before the stream started while we were checking stuff out. Let's see. John from Mystic Southern says shark. Amanda says octopus. Wigwag says octopus. Roy Elpham says octopus.
Oh, I like Ian's.
Ian sitting on the fence saying neither. They both end up on my plate. Oh man. If it's a Pacific Northeast octopus, but the other's shark. So very interesting that you say that, because that was the video we watched, was a Pacific Northeast octopus grabbing a shark, stopping it from being able to swim, and because it stopped it from swimming, sharks have to keep moving to get the water over their gills to breathe. That's how he was able to
Basically suffocated him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Digger also asked if I plan to visit the United Kingdom anytime. I hope so. I don't know. I mean, with the whole showstopper, I'll definitely probably try and do some local traveling before I do a lot of overseas travel. But anything's possible. John wants to know who would win, an African swallow or a shark or an octopus. I guess is what he's asking, right?
I think that's a Monty Python reference.
I know.
Were you suggesting that coconuts migrate?
I love them with the coconut shells making the horse sounds running through the forest. It's only a flesh
I miss
wound.
you, Ray. I really miss you. I really do.
So, speaking of giving people a hard time for making mistakes, Hi from H&H Express says, question, Heath. Looking at the start of your text, what is a hit dog? So I gave an example in my community post. I said, is a hot dog a sandwich? But I spelled it wrong. I spelled it hit dog.
Awesome.
And of course, in usual fashion, Hi pointed it out to me. But let's just go around. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
No.
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 Well, I was gonna say no as well. So it's unanimous, I guess. I'll stop asking that question and I'll start just asking my. Sparky, you're a little too.
If that's all we have to do. Damn, if we knew that was all we had to do.
Now just remember this, guys, for the next one.
Wait. Roy's saying it's okay that you're all wrong. So I guess I do have to keep asking the question because
It can't be a sandwich if there's only one piece of bread.
Hold on, I can fix this. Ha! Sorry, Roy, I had to delete your comment about the hot dog.
Hey, we have a wiener.
if that one's out, I've got my other one. Okay, so you just robbed a bank, but because you robbed the bank, you have to flee the state or the province that you're in. But now that you robbed the bank, you have all kinds of money, so you could live or move anywhere you want. Where would you live?
I'd move into your office once you get it, so I can.
Oh, Sparky, you can only live there while he's having office hours, though.
Oh. And not under the desk, right? That spot's already taken.
Oh.
Well, John's being so quiet, I kind of figured it was his spot.
Wow.
Wow. There's no room for John. That's where he keeps the compressor for the girlfriend. I'm so sorry. Heath. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
No, he's not.
Not at all.
I wish there was some way that I had to kick people out of the stream so that I could regain control of the stream.
You had control?
He lost control when he brought Sparky
It's a
up.
myth. Yeah, exactly. It's a myth. It's a myth. Control is a myth. Ian wants to know if we have nitrous oxides in all of the rooms that we stream in. What's this one? Amanda wants to know Jason wouldn't drive the getaway car, so we didn't rob anything. Yeah, and PK and W, unfortunately, is the average bank robbery nets around 50 to 100,000, so it's not going to get you very far, but it's the point of the question. The question is, where would you live if there was no, like, if you didn't have to worry about money? Oh, so I guess I should answer that question too, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'd
you'd be on the run, so you'd have to go out of the country with no place with no extradition. I don't know.
Yeah,
You've thought this out, haven't you, Rick?
I mean, I could show you the blueprints of it right in the other room.
Ocean's 5?
So my dad's saying I did go to Stroudsburg once, and I wonder if there's East Stroudsburg, which is near the Delaware Water Gap, which is right over the bridge from between New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And I know I've been there, but we're talking about Strasburg, which is like 2.5 hours away in the middle of Pennsylvania. So I don't know if I've been there or not. But anyway, I love New York City. I'd probably move here if I had the money to do so. Container Man asked, what is Rick running from? The wood chipper?
My roots.
Oh, Ian says the water gap's the worst place to drive through. I actually found it very beautiful. But I guess it is. I mean, there's like two roads that are, 100 miles apart, and that's the only way to get around it. So it can back up. But
There you go. Artie got it right. He said the wife.
That's rough. Roy Smith wants to know where's the coffee and donuts. That's why he came tonight. Yikes. Oh yeah. Man, he says one big house with all of you.
Oh, God. If I had to live with this bunch, oh Lord.
Our home would be called the Looney Bin.
I just want to know what scale we'd all do.
Oh, to fit all the layouts in, it'd have to be N scale, right? I mean, that's
Oh.
no.
Mm.
Oh, wait. Rick's wife has the tree trimmer in hand.
Yeah, look, that is true. See the evidence? You wait, Jason. One day.
So Joey Bootsix asked, assuming someone invented a time-traveling looking glass, and you were given the chance to spy on one person in history, who would it be and why?
God.
I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
So we got Rick's answer. He just wants to go back 25 seconds ago. He'll clue in, don't worry.
Just 25, Sparky.
Want to know why you're watching Heath?
Assuming someone invented a time-traveling looking glass. You got that so far, Rick?
Yeah. Okay. Right. An hour ago. I got you.
And you were given the chance to spy on one person in history. Who would that be?
I couldn't tell you. She wouldn't appreciate it.
Boy, that one just like landed like a brick. Yeah.
That went down like a lead balloon.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'd want to go back to like the Wright brothers or somebody like that and look into like somebody that invented something that didn't. Oh, geez. Steve 87 PSAP says Rick wants to pick into Rita's past.
Now, Heath,
I want to
if
go
you
back
went
to the Wright brothers.
Yeah, and that's just not right, Heath. If you go back to the Wright brothers when they just got off the ground with flying, we still wouldn't be flying today. You would have screwed that up so bad.
No. I want to go back before that. I want to go back to the point where the Wright brothers sat around and said, "Hey, I got a dumb idea. Let's strap wings on and try it and fly." Like, not so much the engineering part, but like the part of like, who in their right mind would look at a bird and go, "Oh yeah, I want to go do that. That sounds like a good idea."
I think I'd like to go back and meet Leonardo da Vinci. I want to know what he was on when he came up with half of his inventions.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I'd like to see his thinking pattern, just how he drew all of his sketches and architectural drawings. I think that would be amazing. That's where I would go.
That's a good answer, Rick. I like that one. That's better than your let's see, who was it that said it? I got to give him credit. Containerman 68 said, landed like a tree falling in the forest with nobody around.
That's right.
So, Sparky, Jason, John, Ray?
Well, on the same vein as Rick, just to see what he was on, I'd like to go back and spy on Picasso.
There you go.
Just
See, mine would be for the same reason, but Nikola Tesla.
I was thinking of that.
Yeah, Tesla. Or Einstein.
Yeah.
Sparky?
I really got nothing on that one. Tesla would be nice, but that's only so I could be rich now and give away his free power. Because you can't find that information anywhere.
Nope.
Containerman 68 would go Hugh and the Bunny Ranch.
Oh my!
But no, if I could really go back, it's not in one particular person or anything else, but the actual making of steam locomotives that we kind of know with the big tank boilers and everything on it, and how they came out with going into a little cylinder to push all that, and just how they put their minds around what steam could actually do back then.
Split Rock 323 says, no one wants to spy on Irv Athern? Come on. Here we go. Container wants to see the pyramids being built by the aliens.
Oh, good one.
Oh, yes.
I, you know what? I'd like to go back to the night when Roswell had its incident.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there's some good ones going by in the chat. Mark from M Rail said, "What do you do when you're not watching, playing, operating, filming, editing, or talking about trains?"
Sleeping and work.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And unfortunately, here recently, more of the work than the sleep.
Couldn't even say sleep because half the time you're dreaming of locomotives anyway. So it's
I'm
what do you do?
eating, but then again, I usually eat in front of the TV. So, yeah. Anyone else got an answer for that? Anyone play any sports? Oh, I know. Yeah, Ray plays a sport.
Yeah, we're all for the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Steve feeds his koi. Kyle says sleeping, working, and crying.
Okay.
Paulville's answering the last question, saying right when Caesar crossed the Rubicon. That'd be pretty cool. Fred Wild says he talks trains at work too. Oh no! Thomas said bowling is a sport.
It's more of a hobby.
I'll agree with that.
I'm gonna move on before this gets into a sports question because I'm terrible at sports. So Norman Rowe. Oh, here's a good one for everybody. Are you happy with the direction your channel is taking? Why or why not?
Yeah, I don't care.
That's a hard question to answer. There are certain things that I can control that I wish that I may have done differently, and or things that like I might do differently in the future. But as far as like the response that I'm getting to things, I don't know that like.
Yeah, we just blame you. Former Navy had to take a target of opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
For me,
I'm
just ready. I'm just ready to have a layout again, so that way Ray will say he likes mine better than my son's.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, I was along those same lines. I was very, very hesitant to invest in a space. I mean, it's going to be a dual space, right? Theoretically, I'm going to get a job at some point in the future, and I'll use it for work-related stuff as well. But for now, taking that risk to rent a space that's primarily going to be used to allow me to set up my model trains so I don't have to like take them down all the time. That was a big step. And as far as am I happy with the direction? I'm happy that I took the leap, but I'm definitely nervous about like how it's all gonna play out in the future. But it's also one of those things like, Jason just tore down his layout. It's like if he didn't tear it down, he wouldn't be able to sort of build up something new. And I know that if I didn't take the leap with the office space, that I'd never know where this could go. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a big leap of faith, build it, and they will come. Tim is asking if Amanda's already tired of Jason's face. When Jason puts his yard on the 3rd level, Freak Jr.'s layout will still be better.
Yeah, I gave Jason my 2 cents on that too. So
A lot of people did. I got some really, really good feedback on that one.
Snickers commercial. You're not you when you're hungry. Well, he isn't him right now. Yeah, and John 2618. My layout is on hold until I move, so not much motivation. I was supposed to take occupancy of the office on June 1st. That was sort of the original thought. The current thought is July 1st. The reality is they're going to hopefully, I say hopefully because until I see it, I don't believe it. They're going to start demolition on Monday coming up. So will I be able to take occupancy in 3 weeks? I don't know. But like John 2618, it's like I'm in this limbo place a little bit. I don't necessarily want to work on something in the sort of confines that I have now. I kind of want to wait until I have more space, but that space keeps getting pushed out, and I don't know. I don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from, Heath, because the background on this, I wasn't sure. We looked at this house. We weren't sure we were going to get the house. Then we were like, oh yeah, we're going to get it, and no, we're not. Yeah, we're going to get it, no, we're not. And in the meantime, just like Jason, the layout was down, and I'm like, it's like this is driving me crazy. So, but yeah, I mean, it's tough.
And I can work on small projects, but what I find when I'm working on small projects is that then I got to store them somewhere. And
see, that's the exact same issue I'm having now. Like, I'm having to wait on Amanda's uncle, to come and help do this renovation stuff because he does construction. I don't. And so I know if I try to get in there and do something, that I've never done before, it's not going to be right. And so it's like, okay, well, I've got a whole bunch of Walters kits I could put together. No more propane tanks, but I've got a ton of Walters kits. But it's like, where do I put that stuff once I build it? Like, I built, the 2 staging areas. There's no track on it, but right now it's just holding buildings. And that's because I have no other place to put them right now.
Yeah, and then you can't, once you have so many things built, you have nowhere to build anything because now you've filled up your space to build. It's a whole thing. But,
right.
So everyone, get out pencils and paper. Mark from My Life's Tracks has a math question for all of us. Mark says, if I took an Amtrak from Syracuse, New York, and headed to New York City, and at the same time you took Amtrak from New York City and headed to Syracuse, where would our trains meet? So the first thing I did, because I actually did some research on this, because that's the kind of guy I am, there are actually trains that do go between Syracuse and New York City. So that is possible. There's the Empire Builder, there's the Maple something or other. So there's a couple different trains. Where I started running into problems was the trains don't leave at the same time. And I've got no control over Amtrak to get the trains to leave at the same time, so I have to assume that when he says at the same time, what he really means is on Amtrak's schedule at approximately the same time. Yeah, Tim's Maple Leaf. There you go. And the other thing I don't know is, like, if I took the Maple Leaf and he took the Empire Builder, are they on the same tracks? Would we cross, or would we be on, like do they take different routes? Look at this. Tim from CP368. That's it. The Northeast Regionals, the Maple Leaf, and the Empire Builder.
Let me know when he figures it out.
I don't have that much time, actually.
So basically, Mark, I got to get back to you on that.
I was just going to say New York City.
Well, honestly, I was going to say, why would I want to go to Syracuse when I could stay in New York, right? I mean,
to
Do I still need my pencil?
I don't know how to answer that because I don't know if you know what to do with it. Gary from Barn for Older Trains thinks that I'm overthinking things. Ooh. Okay, so Ian says Dinosaur Barbecue and Grill is in Syracuse, so that's a good reason to go up there. What Ian from Lehigh River Subdivision doesn't know is that there's a Dinosaur Barbecue on 125th Street, right under the Amtrak tracks that the Empire Builder runs over. So I can go to Dinosaur Barbecue on 125th Street and wait for him to come visit me.
And then he can tell you how long it took.
Apparently Rita will get us the answer lickety split.
Damn straight, I bet she will.
Roy Eltham says, when am I not overthinking things? Joe Raider Black Rock says the pencil's a relative of Rick's.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, fallen flag.
Thomas says Rick has his
Number
pencil.
number 2.
Rick has his pencil, now give him something to write on. Syracuse isn't so bad. I do want to move out of here, though. Syracuse is actually very beautiful. It's actually really, really beautiful. And Andrew, are you closer? Yeah, you are closer. You are closer to it. That's true. Andrew lives kind of on the opposite side of it from where I am. And if people missed his comment earlier, Andrew has met my girlfriend and the dog, so if anybody questions it...
Who's Andrew?
It was a stand-in.
Is that your second account?
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny.
I haven't had this much fun since Christmas.
Andrew says he's not Heath.
Yeah. So Heath, I'm going to give you one more question, then I'm going to jump off here because I got to get up early in the morning. So
Understood. What is the question?
I don't know. You've got the list.
Oh,
Once that's the
you're saying
question-
I have one more question.
if that was the question, then I think I already answered it. That means I can go.
The last question is from Tom's Trains and Things,
Oh, God.
and it's a three-part question, but none of the parts are related to each other.
Party of the first part and the party of the second part, along with
Yes.
the party of the third part.
So I'm thinking that I'm gonna say thank you for being here, and I will read Tom's question after you leave. And if you'd like to comment on any of the parts of it, you are more than welcome to do that in the chat.
Very cool.
But the questions are going to take a little bit of a while to answer.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll just say goodbye. Thanks for having me up. It's been a blast. Always great hanging around with Ray.
You don't hang
Thanks
around
for
with me as much as
thanks
he
for
does.
kicking all this off. You know?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like I said, you guys did that on your own. I just kind of throw out ideas and stuff like that. So, last thing I can leave everybody with is just make sure when you're leaving comments, watching videos, posting videos, or whatever, it is people behind this stuff. So, be nice, be supportive, and just do it right or wrong. Doesn't really matter because we're all here for each other. So,
Well
on
said.
that, I'm going to say goodnight and head upstairs, get ready for bed, and I'll probably tune in just in time to hear the first question.
Awesome.
Good night, Sparky.
Take it easy, Sparky.
Take care,
Thanks for
Sparky.
being here, Sparky.
Have fun in the chat, guys.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Ugh.
So, is Tom's Trains and Things even still here?
I know he was earlier.
He was here earlier.
I
I
think
saw
he
him
was here
earlier.
earlier. I'm trying to decide if he's here.
I was just saying, throw it out. He ain't here.
Yep, Tom's still here.
Oh man.
Okay. So these three are Tom's questions. I think I'm going to answer them in reverse because I think it'll be easier to answer them in reverse. And I think we'll continually lose people as I answer each question. So I figure this is just going to keep going downhill.
Is this like the bridge that you had to cross in Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail? You know, you have to answer the question. Okay.
Exactly.
Crap. What is the weak velocity of an unladen swallow?
So should I answer all of the questions? Should I ask all the questions at once, or should I just ask them one at a time in the order I think we should answer them in?
One at a time. I'm not going to remember them all at once.
Okay. So the last question is, have you ever had a real hot dog as opposed to those dirty water franks they serve in the city? My question, or my response, is a question back saying, if dirty water dogs aren't real hot dogs, what are real hot dogs?
Yeah, there's a lack of information there. I can't answer that.
Well, I've never had a dirty water hot dog, so I can't answer it either.
Dirty water hot dog is usually like a Nathan's hot dog.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Yeah, the
what
vendor
they are.
cart.
I just never had one.
Yeah. So okay, wait. Let's see. I think Tom just posted. Tom's response is good hot dogs.
Okay, that doesn't really tell us much, but
Well, see, if you're from Maryland, it's an SK Oreo hot dog, but we're not going to go there. Yeah, post it.
Tom Stranson thinks it's actually cooked. So there you go. So do you like your hot dogs boiled or grilled, I guess would be the other way? Because I definitely prefer my hot dogs grilled.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of boiled hot dogs.
I can do either. It doesn't matter. Just don't ask my brother to cook them in the microwave. He has them explode.
Train Fan 120 is saying a real hot dog is a bratwurst.
oh, that's a good one. That's a good comment.
Oh yeah.
All right,
There's
so a lot of people say I'm crazy, but if you look at the package of a hot dog, it says
Rick,
on there-
everyone says you're crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Right on the package, it says fully cooked. So because
Yes.
I'm the type of person where I don't like to waste a lot of time, there's really no point in actually heating it up. So my son and I just open up the package and eat them raw. Sometimes in a hot dog bun, which
Okay, so
He about made Ray choke on his drink.
how do you eat hot dogs cold? How do you eat them cold?
Heath almost committed homicide.
So Nancy, who is the same Nancy as Nancy, after seeing a hot dog being made at the factory, I'm gonna never eat another hot dog again. I kind of agree though. There's a sausage place in Berkeley, California, not too far from Berkeley, the university, on kind of their main street, and I forget what it's called, but it's kind of a hot dog place, but they're really making sausages is really what they're making, but they put them on a bun like you would put a hot dog on a bun. Wait a second. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, here we go again.
Wait, look at Artie's comment there. Awesome American Model Railroad.
So
I have no response to that.
Not from me.
Me neither.
The thing of it is that still holds nothing against the ones over in Germany. They're 2 foot long, or actually, I'm sorry, they're 2 meters long. So you know.
yeah.
Anyway,
I used to eat foot-long hot dogs. Those used to be my favorite. So instead of 2 hot dogs, you just get them all in one. No, a hot dog is completely different. Like a bratwurst and Polish sausage are not the same, except they are sausages. Oh, here we go. Now, who just mentioned it? Haggis. Hawville is talking about haggis now. There we go. I'm a fan of the ballpark Franks.
Listen, I treat hot dogs like Scrapple. I don't really care what's in it. They're both delicious, and I'll take either one.
He's one of these guys that would eat spam.
Hey, the other white meat.
So, for everybody that's here right now watching this show, if Rick invites you over for a gourmet dinner,
Right. Hot dogs and Scrapple. Fresh out of the bag.
Just hope he doesn't put toothpicks in it.
Nope. We don't skewer our barbecue over here.
Oh gosh.
shall I get to the middle question number 2?
You sure you want to?
Yes, actually. Well, I will ask the question as written without any context. We'll get everybody's answer, and then we'll check on Tom as to what the context is. The question is, what the hell? Good already, right? What the hell is a shorts shelf?
About 2 inches.
And here it is. I thought John was the most sane of us all. I'm beginning to wonder.
And don't ask me how I know.
We rubbed off on him.
It was bound to happen, right?
Ask me a question on my short.
Okay, so here's the context. Tom's Trains and Things did this video. Basically, Sparky said a short shelf is a receding hairline.
I thought that was a bunch of rabbits taking one step backwards.
Boy, that was the dad joke.
Wait a minute, Jason.
So Tom, of Tom's Trains and Things, made a video making fun of Sparky for shooting his landscape video sideways using the shorts camera on the YouTube app. YouTube has this thing called shorts. They're videos that need to be under 60 seconds, and they need to be they basically need to be in landscape orientation. The idea is that TikTok and what's that other one where people used to share
No, I thought it had to be in portrait.
Sorry, yes. So it has to be in portrait mode. Yep. So like TikTok and not Squarespace. What's it called? Rick, the one where you send nudes to people when you want to send them nudes.
Yeah, well, you met Rita.
Snapchat. That's it. Yeah.
Snapchat. Yes. So YouTube is trying to get some of Snapchat and TikTok's audience. And
Did you get my last post, Heath? I mean, it was your special request. I mean, I'm just checking to make sure it was received well. Tinder.
So YouTube is trying to get that audience. They want that short, under 60-second audience. Split Rock says model railroaders on Snapchat. So YouTube created something that they call shorts. They're under 60-second videos in portrait orientation, and they have something called a shorts camera. Who's laughing in the background?
That is Amanda.
Amanda! You couldn't figure that out.
And she's on the other end of the house too, so it's like projecting down the hallway. And I've got the door shut.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Jason, you might want to check your Snapchat.
Rick uses timber.
Wow, that was good. That was good.
Okay, so what's the shelf?
Okay. So if you go to the YouTube app and you go to the home page and you scroll down a little bit, you not there, you get to a little point that says like shorts, and you can scroll across, and these are all shorts. So this is called the short shelf. And one of the things that you can do on YouTube is if you make a short, you want to try and get it on the short shelf, because on the short shelf videos get like 1 million views because people will just sit there and like click on the shorts.
Well, that was where Tom goes for his
Exactly.
bathroom videos.
Hey, he did say just recently in the chat that he cleaned a toilet.
Yeah, but he didn't mention whether he was wearing his Daisy Dukes or not.
I'm kind of curious if Debbie's not around, if Tom's bothering to put his pants on.
Yeah, I'm not curious at all.
TMI.
Amanda says the struggle is real. Yeah,
Oh,
so
boy.
the short shelf is a YouTube thing. I personally don't get into it because I don't really want subscribers that.
Sorry, had a request.
It was the Weeping Willow next door.
That's where Sparky had to go. He had to go get his willow trees to send a picture to Rick.
Just see what the train fan 120 said.
Hey Jason, check the Gamer and Thrones order. I think Tom got you guys in order.
Oddly enough, most of my requests are to see my nuts. I don't get it.
Squirrel.
Your channel's getting banned. I can tell you that much.
It might be. So we saw how those two questions went. Should I read the third question?
Only if you dare.
Absolutely.
This is from Tom's Trains and Things again. Why do you need 3 Macs and 1 PC to stream?
I don't know, Heath. Why do you?
I don't.
The long and the short of it is, I don't. But I want 3. No. So what happened was,
The best answer is why not?
I mean, why not? Tom says why.
Oh, gosh.
DW Cop 43 says, "Go ahead, Heath. The train's already off the tracks."
As if it ever had a chance.
I know, right? I know.
It's totally down the cliff's edge.
So DSLRs are not an issue. I've got plenty of cameras. So the long and the short of it, it's not really a great answer. When you use these browser-based systems, the more people that you add, the more processing it does actually take on your computer. And on my original MacBook that I was using,
Who was the next question from? I'm sorry.
It's the last question on the list. There's no more.
I have in my hands the last envelope.
So I had this Mac. It wouldn't work because once I got more than 4 or 5 people up, the Mac started choking because Chrome just uses a lot of resources. So a friend lent me a PC, but it's an older generation PC. It's an Intel 8700K. So what's that? A 6 core, 4 core? But it's an older PC. So it works much better for this web-based stuff. But I'm trying to get away from the web-based stuff, and I'm trying to go to being 100% OBS based. So the plan is, or I need a more powerful computer. Since I don't have a more powerful computer, what I'm doing that's kind of solving that shortcoming is I'm using multiple computers. So I have one main computer, and then I have multiple other computers that feed into...
Spreading out the brain power.
Correct. Kind of like what we do here on this stream.
Drip. Drip.
Nishi says, tonight I'm 100% BS based.
Yeah, I was just looking to see what this thing is that I'm running on, and it's it's actually an i5 CPU, 650, 320 gig with 8 gigs of RAM. So, but yeah, I mean, it still taxes this thing. So,
yeah. Part of why I use Chrome on a Mac is because I like the way it syncs across multiple computers, which is primarily why I use it. And I use Gmail and Google Calendar and all that kind of stuff. So it just integrates pretty well. Yeah, Sparky says, funny, I have one computer and can have as many people. I'm sure it's a Heath thing.
But he's also got an Alienware.
Who does?
Sparky, I believe.
Sparky? Yeah. Tom's Trains and Things. Why a Mac? Should we get into the whole Mac versus PC conversation?
As long as the Mac comes with cheese.
oh gosh, he's whining again.
Honestly, a Mac is a tool just like a PC is a tool. I could really care less which I use. I get whatever tool is the tool that I need for the job, and that's
right. Everything's a hammer. It doesn't matter how big yours is.
Correct.
Keep telling yourself that, Rick.
I'll check with Rita later.
Oh, God.
So I got about time for one more question. If anyone's got one more question, and then I got to wrap this up. Because I do have, tomorrow is Modeling Monday. So I should end this before that one starts. Just a reminder, if anybody wasn't here earlier, we're going to be talking about layout design. So who's got one last question for the group?
I get about 2 hours before I have to be back to work.
God.
I'm being serious.
Rick is a softwood, double the disappointment. So apparently Andrew Estep had a question. Did anyone see it, or can anyone find it and post it again? As you've got 5 people all trying to read right now, and
David Atkins has got a good one.
soft nuts or hard nuts? Oh no, that's not David's question. Sorry.
I don't see the question.
David
Andy
Atkins
posted one on the community page.
Oh.
See, I've been.
So David Atkins just said, "I have a question. Why do we watch this?"
That's a good question, David.
There's nothing good on TV.
I got no answers for that. I mean, that's.
Hey, we're here to get your week started on the right foot.
Oh Lord.
Tom says, good
Trax
question.
responded, said, "Because we don't have real lives."
Well, ain't that the truth? Pine nuts, so those are small too. How many wires do I have under my layout? 1. It's just cut up into a lot of small pieces. Keith was on the
you got me
community. I must have missed Andy's thing. I couldn't find it. So, Andy, Andrew, if you can type it again. We watch because we don't have anything better to do.
Sorry to hear that.
I'd rather watch lumberjacks cutting ricks down.
I think Container Man's got an axe to grind.
I am starting to feel some type of way here.
I don't know if Andy's typing or not. Let's see. How much have you been drinking? So I've got a big bottle here. It's got water with a little bit of flavoring in it. Is all I've been drinking. I think most of this group doesn't drink on the regular, or at least. Well, yeah, I mean the other stuff. Yeah.
Not that you're aware of. I have 3 kids. There's always a bottle around, regardless of who's drinking it.
Last time that happened for me, I was being interviewed on Crossed Anchors. So,
who needs alcohol? Yeah, Amanda, no alcohol for me. Same here.
Train Fan 120, that is vanilla orange. It's a flavor of Mio.
It's not what they're drinking, it's the type of modeling glue they're sniffing.
Exactly.
It's too easy to pick on Rick's twigs and branches. This may have already been asked, but if Rick trips and falls in his backyard and no one hears it, does anybody care? I think that's the perfect question to end this on for this evening. So, thank you all so much for being here. I'll be on again tomorrow night, and I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their Sunday, if there's any Sunday left. And check out all these guys' channels, and I will see everybody next time.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.